Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I wanted to tell you a little bit about how I run my $500,000 a year company with just one employee. So first of all, let's just talk about what it means to run a $500,000 company. Now, I've built this company over just the past couple of years, and I am so thankful for how much it's grown, and I'm so pleased with where it is right now because that is a whole lot of growth. But I did want to just acknowledge that in the realm of businesses, relatively speaking, $500,000 a year is not a very big business. It's still definitely a small business, and even on the scale of small businesses, it's a pretty small business. But because I run my company very leanly and I only have, like I said, one employee, we keep our expenses really low. This business has very good profit margins, and so it provides a great income for my family. So I'm able to support my family really well. So in today's video, I'm gonna be telling you a little bit about how I run the company, who that one employee is, and about a few other people who help me out with the business as well. I'm also gonna break down for you how I keep our expenses as low as I do so that our profit margins can be as high as they are. And finally, I'm gonna share with you a little bit of the behind the scenes of how much time my company takes me to run to give you a little bit more context. All right, so first of all, you might just be wondering who that one employee is. Well, it's actually me. For tax reasons, I am an employee of my own company, and I'm the only employee. There are, however, other people who help me run my business. There's about half a dozen of them, but they're not employees, they are independent contractors. I've had employees in the past and I've had contractors in the past, and there are a lot of reasons that these days I really prefer working with contractors. Not only does it help my profit margins, but I also just really appreciate how independent contractors tend to be. They tend to be independent workers. They tend to be very responsible for the outcomes that they are producing. And I just really enjoy working with people who have that type of work ethic. So these days I don't have any employees at all, aside from myself, just a small team of contractors. The number of contractors that I'm working fluctuates a little bit from month to month, but the people who I work with on a regular basis include my operations manager, who manages the day-to-day activities of my business, a virtual assistant who helps us out with any random things that need to get done and just help us kind of stay on track. Next, we have a customer service representative who helps us deal with emails and other messages that we get, and of course, serve our customers and just make our customers as happy and satisfied as we possibly can. And then most of the rest of the team are people who help me create content, because creating content is one of the most resource-intensive things that my company does. So we have some content writers who we work with on a regular basis, and then we also have a small team of video producers and editors who help me get these videos out to you. The final person on my team is my bookkeeper, who helps me keep all my finances organized and my books up to date. As I said before, all of these people are contractors, which means that they run their own businesses and they perform these services for multiple clients. Now, I just love working with other business owners because, like I said before, they tend to be very responsible people and they want to make sure that their clients, i.e. me, are happy. And that really creates such a great working relationship. So the next thing that I was going to talk to you about was our expenses. There are a few different things that I do to really keep our expenses as low as possible, because just like any business, we constantly have bills coming in the mail that we have to somehow pay, but I want those bills to be as low as possible so that we can keep as much of the money as we possibly can. So the first thing that I do in order to keep our expenses as low as possible is I run this company as a virtual company. That means we don't have a physical store location that our customers come and visit us at, and we don't sell physical products. Everything that we do is on the internet. We can run our business from anywhere in the world. Because of that, it's really flexible. We can access it anywhere we have internet access, but it also means that our expenses are really low because we don't have to pay for that physical infrastructure. And that kind of leads right into the next thing, which is that we don't have a physical office either. I run my business from my home office. So we just have a spare bedroom in my house that we've converted into this office. I have everything in here that I need. And even though I can run the business from anywhere in the world, it certainly is nicest to run it in a place where you just have access to all the supplies and any equipment that I need in order to produce videos or record podcast episodes and everything like that. So that's the second way that I keep our expenses really low, is that I work from my home office, and of course my contractors work from their home offices or wherever they choose to work from. And the third thing that I do to keep our expenses really low is that we sell digital products. So like I said before, we don't have physical inventory. We sell digital products like digital courses and memberships to our membership program. And what this allows us to do is to not have to spend money on producing physical products or on manufacturing. It also means that we don't have to spend money on shipping the products to the customers. And all of these things really help to cut down our expenses. One more thing that we do to keep those expenses low is something I already mentioned, and that is working with contractors. Working with contractors helps to keep our tax bill just a bit lower. Now, even though our expenses are low, I do just want to keep it real and let you know that even a business with low expenses is still fairly expensive to run. Paying for these contractors to help me, paying for the equipment that we need to produce the content that we sell and the content that we share for free, and also paying for all sorts of different softwares that we use to run our business virtually really does add up. In any given month or year, our expenses add up to equal between 30 and 50% of our profits. So they are pretty sizable. However, that is far lower than if we were running a physical location and selling physical products. And then on top of that, we also have to pay taxes. And taxes can cost us anywhere between 20 and 30% of our profits, or even a bit higher. So as you can see, our profit margins are at around 50%, but it certainly fluctuates a fair amount from year to year. As I said at the beginning of this video, running a business that earns $500,000 in gross annual receipts is definitely a small business. And when you consider that we're only able to keep about 50% of that money as profits, you can see that that really is quite small for a business. But because I am the business's only employee, that still allows me to earn a very good income and support my family very well. And so I am quite happy with the current size of the business, especially when I see the growth that is happening in our company every single month. So in today's video, I've been sharing with you about how I'm able to run my business and earn the amount of money that I do, keeping my team really small, only having one employee, and keeping my expenses pretty low as well. But there's one more part of that that I haven't mentioned until now, and that's how much time I, as the one employee, actually spend running my business. You might think that if I'm wearing all the hats, doing all the things, then I have to spend 60, 70 hours a week working like a crazy person to be the business owner. And I know a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners who do run their businesses like that. But I've built my business very strategically so that I can really maximize every hour that I do spend working in my business, so that I can get the biggest results that I can and work the smallest number of hours as possible. Not because I don't love what I do, but because my biggest priority isn't necessarily to build my business as big as possible or make the most money possible. I want my business to be successful, I want it to grow, but my biggest priority is spending time with my family and being present with my kids, being a mom to them. And so I really focus on spending my times on the things that have the biggest impact on growing my business, and then strategically hiring contractors who can help me accomplish even more and help the business grow even more quickly. So personally, I only spend about 20 hours a week, sometimes as much as 25, but about 20 hours a week running my company. And as the only employee, I think that that's pretty darn good. If that sounds interesting to you and you'd like to learn how to do this for yourself, how to run your business very lean, but at the same time, grow your company consistently, maximize your profits, then make sure you tune in 2 weeks when my podcast launches. My podcast is going to be focused in on these strategies, how to make the most money while working the least number of hours. I'm going to be teaching you specific tactics that you can implement in your company, sharing with you what has worked in my business, and of course, sharing with you along the way as I continue to grow my business. I'm also going to be bringing on guest experts to to share with you what's working in their businesses and also what they would eliminate if they were to slash their working hours in half. And finally, I'm going to be sharing with you income reports every single month so that you can hear exactly how much my business is earning and specifically what I'm doing inside my business to increase my income. So if you're interested in learning all that and a lot more, then like I said, tune in when my podcast launches on January 27th. Every episode of the podcast will be completely free and you'll be able to get access to it inside your favorite podcast app. Mark your calendars now so you don't miss it. I'll be announcing it here on YouTube, but make sure you also look up the podcast yourself just in case you miss the video. All right, well that is it for today, but if you're new here and you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel before you click out of this video. That way you won't miss the next one. And if you really want to find out when it comes out, then be sure to ring the bell as well so that you get a notification. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.